Hi, Anthony Labruno here. This will be the first of a series of guitar lessons that I hope will be as helpful as possible to you. So this first one will pretty much be a welcome to the guitar type of basic lesson. So we'll go over the parts of the guitar, things like how to hold a pick, what the string names are, things like that. So from the top to bottom, we have the head of the guitar. On the head are the tuning pegs, which, yes, you guessed it, will tune the strings of the guitar. Then we have the neck of the guitar, which the front part is called the fretboard. These metal pieces are called frets. And when we say to press down a finger on, let's say, the first fret or second fret, we actually mean to press just behind it. So that's something to keep in mind for future lessons. Also, the fretboard contains inlays of, most guitars will have dots or some kind of design, but also the guitars on the side of the neck will have dots there. Those will show you where the third fret, 1, 2, 3, 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, and so on. So they're kind of like benchmarks when you're playing the guitar. They're shortcuts to help you know where you are on the neck of the guitar. Then making our way down, the big part of the guitar is called the body. On the body, we have a bridge. We have the sound hole or tone hole, and then that piece that most people think is just a cool decoration is actually called the pick guard. It guards the wood of the guitar from getting damaged by the pick when you're strumming. So if it wasn't there, you might scratch that wood with your pick. But it is a piece of plastic to guard it from being damaged. So speaking of the pick, we'll talk really quick about how to hold the pick. I take the wide end of the pick and I put it in that first little crease in my pointer finger. And then I put my thumb across it horizontally like that. Hopefully you can see. So there's just that little pointy end right there left for strumming. And we'll talk about these things as the lessons go on. The last couple of things I want to go over are the string names and finger numbers. Your fingers will be numbered 1 through 4. So we have, from top to bottom, we have E, A, D, G, B, and E again. So you may have noticed the first string, or the top string, and the last string are both named E. So we call the string up top the low E, because it sounds low. It's a low pitch. And the high E is a higher sounding pitch, so we call it high E. If you notice on tablature, if you've already gone online and looked up tabs and things like that, you'll notice that the high E is usually notated as a lowercase e, and the low E will be a capital E. So a little mnemonic device that I use for a lot of my students to remember the string names is, again, it's E, A, D, G, B, E. I use the mnemonic device Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Because if Eddie ate dynamite, we'd have to say goodbye to Eddie. So Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. E, A, D, G, B, and E. So when I refer to string names from now on in any of the lessons, you'll know when I say the D string, I'm talking about the third from the top, for example. Or if I'm talking about the B string, I'm talking about the second from the bottom. A lot of people, and the textbook way of referring to them would be the high E would be the first string, second string would be the B, so on and so forth, all the way up to the sixth. But I'll usually refer to them as their given name. So that brings us to our last part of this Welcome to Guitar lesson, and that is your left hand. And so since your thumb is bracing the back of the neck, you have 4 free fingers. And so you guessed it, they're going to be numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this will also apply to when you're reading chord diagrams and things like that. If you see a little number 1, we'll talk about that in our next lesson when we talk about our first few chords. You will see those finger numbers coming into play at that point. But for now, just know that your pointer finger is 1, middle is 2, ring 3, and pinky 4. And that does it for our Welcome to Guitar lesson. If you've liked this lesson and you're looking forward to future ones, please subscribe. Also, if you're interested in my music or what I'm all about, you can follow me on social media at Anthony_Labruno, as well as on my website, anthonylabruno.com. Catch you next time. Thanks.